Harrowing updates are emerging about the school shooting in Michigan at the suspect's arraignment, the charges being filed.
The snow's been falling down, and that means the holidays are coming up. But is the snow here to stay?
The CDC has updated their booster shot recommendations as the Omicron variant comes to the United States.
Getting out of a college parking ticket could cost just peanuts. Well, peanut butter, that is. Find out how college students are saving money and helping the community as your Thursday FlashCast starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good Thursday morning, Portage County, and thank you for joining us. My name is Olivia Sharp.
And I'm Kennedy Gotham. Your time is 10:31. We start the morning with a Kent Rotary Club celebrating its 100 years in service.
That's right, Kennedy. The Kent Rotary Club celebrated its 100th anniversary this Saturday at the Kent Hotel and Conference Center. While the event was celebrated a year late due to COVID, there was still a large turnout of over 120 Rotarians, led by Kent State's own Assistant Dean of Students, Todd Kamanash, who emceed alongside his son Charlie. Kent Mayor Jerry Fiala was also at the event to hand out commendations.
University hospitals are seeing the number of COVID-19 patients rise and the number of beds available decrease. During the week of November 19th, UH Portage County was using 11.9 out of 16 intensive care unit beds. UH Cleveland Medical Center is at a 95.5% capacity for ICU beds, and Summa Health System in Akron is at 93%. Data from the health department also shows an increase in COVID cases for children ages 0 to 17.
An Akron Canine Officer Justice helped arrest a teen suspected of taking part in 6 armed robberies in the Firestone Park area. Akron Police Officer Jeff Edsall and Justice were called to the scene when they witnessed a male in all-black clothing fleeing the scene. The 70-pound Belgian Malinois then apprehended the suspect, who then pleaded guilty to taking part in all robberies.
Sandusky police detectives are working to identify a woman whose body was found on a beach more than 40 years ago. The test to identify the woman comes from a nonprofit organization that gives funding for genealogy and DNA testing for cold cases in Ohio. This nonprofit is known as the PORCHLIGHT Project. They are working with the Sandusky police detectives to help identify the woman.
Good morning, Flashes. I'm Amani Hammami, and this is your Thursday weathercast. Today is quite a cold day. It is exactly 10:41 a.m. and we are at a low temperature of 49 Fahrenheit. With winds at a south-southwest direction, humidity is at 91% and visibility at 5. For the remaining day, temperatures are peaking at noon at 43 degrees and then will go back to being as cold as the morning at 48 degrees. Neighboring cities are around the same temperatures, all ranging from 50, the lowest, Sandusky, Mansfield in the west, and Canton in the east, to 53 at the highest of Cleveland. For this week, it's a weather roller coaster. It will remain cloudy for all week long with occasional rains on Sunday and Monday and snow on Wednesday. The warmest day will be the second day of the weekend and the coldest Tuesday at 33 degrees. Thank you for listening. That was your Thursday weathercast. Don't forget to wear your warmest jackets this week.
Calling all Christmas movie fans, you may have a chance at renting the Home Alone house this holiday season.
Last night, the Boston Celtics took on the Philadelphia 76ers at home in another chapter of this heated rivalry, coming up on Sports Block.
Myth. I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
We have an update on the deadly shooting in Oxford, Michigan. The suspect has been identified as a 15-year-old Ethan Crumbly.
At his arraignment, the suspect was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder, 7 counts of intent to murder, as well as 1 count of terrorism causing death.
Oakland County Karen McDonald noted the terrorism charge was unusual, but stated that it was for, quote, all the children at home right now who can't eat and can't sleep and can't imagine a world where they would never step foot back into that school.
A new poll conducted by the Institute of Politics at the Harvard Kennedy School finds that young American adults are worried about the future of the country. The poll surveyed about 2,000 adults aged 18 to 29 at the end of October and beginning of November. 55% of respondents said that they were fearful about America's future. That's compared to 44% who were hopeful. And when it comes to President Biden's agenda, young adults said he should prioritize the economy, bringing the country together, and improving health care.
CNN suspended host Chris Cuomo after the New York Attorney's General Office found that he was more involved with his brother's allegation of sexual harassment. Andrew Cuomo has claims against him from 11 women who say he acted inappropriately while in office. Chris said he was aware of what his brother was doing. And the Supreme Court indicated that they would uphold Mississippi's 15-week abortion ban. The 15-week ban would effectively overturn Roe v. Wade, since one of its primary conditions is the right to abort up to 24 weeks into a pregnancy. The conservative lead court has been cautioned by many abortion rights groups that overturning Roe v. Wade would raise questions about the court's neutral interpretation of the law. Scientists are working to identify the severity of the Omicron variant.
The variant was detected in South Africa and has now spread to the United States. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more.
All eyes on Omicron.
I think the most important thing to put out here is that, yes, we shouldn't be fearful of this, and I hear people talk about panic, but we should be very concerned.
Less than 2 weeks after the new coronavirus variant was first detected in South Africa, it's become the dominant strain in that country. By contrast, it took the Delta variant a few months to become the main strain in South Africa early this year.
It's very likely that we're going to see in the days ahead that the Omicron virus is going to ultimately be the new king of the hill.
But there are still many unknowns. Scientists are now racing to determine whether the new variant causes severe disease, how easily it spreads, and whether it evades vaccines. It could take weeks to answer those questions.
What we do know, it has a lot of mutations, more than 50. That's a new record, and some of those we've seen before and some we haven't.
U.S. health officials say the Omicron variant is another reason Americans should use every tool for protection at their disposal.
Get your vaccine, get your booster. It's the best chance we've got to drive this COVID-19 pandemic away.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
If needed, vaccine maker Moderna says the company could begin testing and making an Omicron-specific vaccine in 2 to 3 months.
Pfizer and biotech are also prepared to adapt within their vaccine in 6 weeks and ship out batches within 100 days.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
How's it going, Portage County? I'm Michael Neenan, and let's jump right into some NBA action, shall we? Starting off, we have the Philadelphia 76ers at the Boston Celtics TD Garden. First we start off, it's a bit of a low-scoring game, and you know, it doesn't really heat up until the fourth quarter here. Now here we see Jason Tatum hit that step-back jumper over Matisse Thybulle. Man, what a shot, can't guard him. Now, Joel Embiid, here he posts up on Al Horford. He tracks the double team, but he still hits the fadeaway over both of them. Man, a big man who can shoot, but a guy. Now here, Dennis Schroeder drives to the basket and hits a clutch layup to give the Celtics a 4-point lead. Now here, Joel Embiid takes the ball up. He passes to Danny Green, who hits a 3 to put the Sixers within 1 point. Now, off the inbounds pass, Tobias Harris passes to Niang, who gets the shot blocked, effectively ending the game. The Celtics win 88-87. Now, moving on to the next game, we have the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Charlotte Hornets in Milwaukee. First, just a classic Giannis dunk. Who can stop him? Really nobody. Now here, moving on, Terry Rozier off the screen. He banks a shot in. He was looking for contact. Now here, Chris Middleton hits that step back 3. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. Now once again, Giannis taking the ball up, passes to Chris Middleton, who hits a contested 3 to put the Bucks up by 1. Now here, towards the end of the game, LaMelo Ball hits a deep 3. That's his 8th 3 of the game. And now, with only 2 seconds left, Giannis goes in, gets the layup in, and he effectively ends the game. The Bucks win 127-125. That's all I have for sports today. Be sure to follow our Twitter at TV2 KSU Sports for all sports-related updates within the area. From TV2 Sports, I'm Michael Neenan, and let's get back to the desk.
Thanks, Michael. New Mexico State University is letting students donate several jars of peanut butter in lieu of paying tickets. If you get a no current permit ticket, you can either shell out the dough for the fine,
or you can spread the love by dropping off at least 80 ounces of peanut butter to the university's parking office or at Aggie's Cupboard, a food pantry that provides free food assistance for the MSU community. The deal started on Monday and ends on Friday.
A team of scientists in Vermont have created the first living robotic life forms that can reproduce. The team from Harvard, Tufts, and the University of Vermont have taken stem cell embryos from African clawed frogs and made them into xenobots, which have developed a way to reproduce by finding single cells in their environment, gathering them in their mouths, and assembling an offspring.
The iconic Christmas movie Home Alone house, now you can just rent it from the one in the movie. It is available to rent on Airbnb and is located outside of Chicago. Guests can stay for 1 night and will be greeted by Buzz, Kevin's big brother, who is played by Devin Ratray. This comes after the release of Home Sweet Home Alone. So, what do you think about the Christmas movie house?
I think that'd be very cool, and I would love to stay in the Home Alone house. I think I would also love to stay in Whoville. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd love to visit the Home Alone house too. I heard it's in Illinois.
It is. Quick trip to Chicago. What do you think?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that, but I would like to see the house from the Drake and Josh Christmas special. That is my personal favorite.
That's your favorite Christmas movie?
I think going to any Christmas house would be interesting. I mean, even in Cleveland they have it.
They do.
Christmas Story House.
And that is all the time we have for your Thursday FlashCast.
As always, for updates on all these stories and more, visit KentWire.com and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram. I'm Kennedy Gotham.
And I'm Olivia Sharp. Have a great day, Portage County.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this. I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
kisses? Good kisses? You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.